let me bring in some political guests. We have Akshay Marathe, spokesperson Aam Aadmi Party, Sanju Verma, national spokesperson BJP. We will shortly be joined by Onika Mehrotra, spokesperson Congress, and somebody who was with the Aam Aadmi Party and now a political analyst, Ashutosh. Before we start this, quick debate, I would really request all our political panelists to respect the sanctity of debate. If you disagree with somebody else on the panel, save it, use your time, and state it. Let's not interrupt each other. With that, I want to begin with Akshay Marathe. Akshay Marathe, you have the former Delhi Chief Minister already knocking on the EC's door yet again, this time suggesting that in the middle of the night, the BJP is going to come and start inking fingers of voters, especially in the Jhuggi Jhopdi cluster, which is your vote bank. Is this nervousness now getting to the Aam Aadmi Party on the eve of election?
No, Preeti, I think this is the opposite of nervousness. We have done everything possible to fight a strong election. We have fought a good campaign on the issues of the people of Delhi. But we also don't want the people of Delhi to lose their franchise. Our constitution guarantees every citizen of India the right to vote for a party that they believe in. But the Bharatiya Janata Party, the Election Commission and the Delhi Police are on the ground tonight, Preeti, completely intimidating voters. They are using their state machinery. The Delhi Police is using their state machinery to even go after Aam Aadmi Party volunteers who are trying to expose this kind of ground activity. Atishi ji, our Chief Minister, she and her volunteers exposed this in Kalkaji, where a group of BJP goons were distributing money in her constituency. And when we went to the Election Commission to complain about it, the Election Commission filed a complaint against Atishi ji instead. So it is our duty to kind of expose these tactics.
Okay. So not nervousness, you're saying just being aware.
That,
okay.
And it is important because people should be able to see through this and vote despite all of this. And because that is their right. The constitution gives them the right. And nobody, the BJP, the Delhi Police, the Election Commission cannot come in their way. Now, the reason we are so confident, Preeti, is because of an economic theory. Let me give you just 30 seconds. It is a theory of loss aversion. Aam Aadmi Party is a party that is already giving 25,000 rupees per month of benefit through our welfare measures. If the BJP comes to power, then people will lose that 25,000 rupees per month of benefit. That is why the people are voting for us. They don't want to lose their existence.
Akshay Marathe, the BJP will also now immediately turn around, and I'll go to Sanju Verma and she'll say you're spreading falsehood. They've not said one word of discontinuing any scheme. But I'll come back to it. Sanju Verma, I want to bring you in on this. It's the eve of election, Sanju Verma. Exactly 30 minutes ago, you have the Prime Minister who used the Parliament to, mount, whatever you might call it, a stinging attack on Arvind Kejriwal as well. The Prime Minister is literally on the ticket, Sanju Verma. It is now an election where prestige matters. How confident are you?
Preeti, since when have you started crystal ball gazing and, second guessing what Sanju Verma is going to say? That's on a lighter note. But on a more serious note, let me say this to you, that the Prime Minister has the prerogative and he will do what he chooses to do. I don't think he needs to take lessons from any of the panelists here on what the sanctity of the parliament is and what he should speak and what he should not. Let's, give some credit to a man who has been elected as the Prime Minister for third time running and only the first Prime Minister in 62 years who's managed to achieve this spectacular feat. I will just say this, Preeti, I'm appalled. You ask questions of the BJP, I have no problems with that. What I fail to understand is that when the BJP says that a vehicle was found with Punjab government stickers, there is reason to believe that it was distributing cash. There is reason to believe that money from Punjab is being funneled into Delhi elections. People turn around and say, oh, this is BJP's conspiracy theory. So jab BJP allegation lagaye, wo BJP ki conspiracy theory hoti hai. But when Arvind Kejriwal makes reckless allegations, first he started by saying that in the Sahdara Assembly constituency, 11,000 voters have been deleted. And then when we told him that only 494 voters have been deleted, and if you have proof saying otherwise, please submit that proof to the Election Commission, he simply scampered away. So the shoot and scoot politics of Kejriwal has, befuddled people. It has befuddled political analysts belonging to the other side, but it does not befuddle the BJP. It does not confuse us. We have been able to see through the facade of Kejriwal and recognize
Okay.
him for the charlatan that he is. And I want to just tell you one thing. Have people not launched attacks on the Prime Minister from the floor of the Assembly? Have people not launched attacks against the Prime Minister from the floor of the Delhi Assembly? तो मतलब प्रधानमंत्री के कोई powers नहीं है. बाकी सारी दुनिया प्रधानमंत्री के ऊपर तंज कस
Sanju Verma, I'm not questioning it. I was just saying he's just launched an attack. So therefore, also because there is no face of the Delhi election, Prime Minister is literally the face of the Delhi election. I was just telling our viewers to put it in perspective that this happened. I want to bring in our two other guests. Onika Mehrotra, it's a proverbial night before Judgment Day, Onika Mehrotra. And fortunately or unfortunately for the Congress, the way should only be up from 4% in 2020.
Ma'am, you keep harping 4%, 4%. Don't forget what we were 15 years when we also ruled Delhi. A. B, I want to tell you, Bharatiya Janata Party and our party are standing on the pillars of hypocrisy, of false narrative, of jumlas, and that will be disbanded by the people of Delhi tomorrow itself. It's evidently clear that both for 10 years have actually destroyed Delhi completely. Not a speck of work has been done. If by the center, if they have Modi as a face, then I think he should have pitched in Delhi and improved the other things also. Whereas Kejriwal kept on harping that he wants the MCD. He got both, and look what he has done. So from the Yamuna to the infrastructure to you name it, and they have absolutely devastated Delhi. People of Delhi are not going to spare them, both the Bharatiya Janata Party and Aam Aadmi, for cheating them for so many years.
Okay. I understand it's the eve of election and tomorrow Delhi is voting, but all our spokespersons are fairly touchy. Ma'am, I just quoted what your figure was the last time round, Onika Mehrotra, nothing more. But I want to bring in Ashutosh.
You people feel that is what Delhi, the Congress is.
No,
don't forget what has been done.
All right,
so
okay. It's my job to do so. Allow me. Ma'am, allow me to bring in a political analyst. Ashutosh was somebody who was with the Aam Aadmi Party, fought an election, and now is looking at how Delhi is going to vote tomorrow. There is a certain sense of confidence that the BJP has, Ashutosh, especially after Haryana, after Maharashtra, completely ramrodding, turning the election, in their favor. And, the victory margins were spectacular. They are so confident they're going to do this again this time. The Aam Aadmi Party, they are nervous, but they are hoping their core vote bank stays, which is women and the slum dwellers. But Ashutosh, do you think, is that going to be enough for the Aam Aadmi Party?
See, Preeti, I think this election is on the eve of the polling is very, very tough in that sense because, yes, I had said that Aam Aadmi Party has an edge, but it's very, very tough. It's literally touch and go, you can say that. BJP in the last few days has gained a lot of ground. But what I'm hearing from the ground is that they had gained ground in the last few days. This is the really test for the Arvind Kejriwal and his leadership, because 3 months back when he was out from the jail, then he did work. He and his entire team has been working really hard.
Before we get in, a quick word from our panelists. I want to take you through some of the key candidates on the facade of some of the most iconic hallmarks when it comes down to Delhi. Standing right in front of the Connaught Place, and you have Manish Sisodia, former Deputy CM of Delhi, who's trying his luck from Jangpura. Satendra Jain from Shakur Basti. The other big Aam Aadmi candidate is Amanatullah Khan, and he is from Okhla. All right, let's quickly move on, get you more. Now we're in front of the Lotus Temple, and let's get in some other key candidates. You have Saurabh Bhardwaj from the Aam Aadmi Party. You've got Gopal Rai from Babarpur. Then you have Mustafabad. He is Mohammad Tahir Hussain, who is a sitting MLA of AAP, but he's fighting on an AIMIM ticket. All right, Jantar Mantar, and you have the likes of Kapil Mishra, who's fighting from Karawal Nagar. From BJP, Kailash Gehlot, who's coming from the Aam Aadmi Party and now fighting on a ticket from the BJP from Bijwasan. You have Majinder Singh Sirsa, Rajouri Garden, who's coming from the Akali Dal. And Vijender Gupta is a 3-time sitting MLA from Rohini. Okay, let's quickly cut across and get in a comment each. Ashutosh, we had lost him, so let me begin with him and we'll go to our 3 political panelists. Final comments, Ashutosh. You had said that Aam Aadmi Party has an edge, but suddenly there's a surge in the BJP. What does it look like tomorrow before Delhi goes to vote?
You're asking me to predict the verdict,
I'm
which is I'm
I'm
not going
asking
to
you to
do
give
it.
out the factors, Ashutosh. Okay, I'll tell you what I feel. I
See,
feel Delhi is headed for a class
yeah.
war tomorrow. I think everything else will fall by the wayside, and the turnout will be key, and we are headed for a class war.
No, I don't. I see. Partly I agree with you, but partly I don't agree with you, because if there's a class war, then the Aam Aadmi Party will certainly decisively win this election. But unfortunately, whatever way you look at, there is certain dent even among those who are the marginalized section of the people, and there is some uneasiness also over there. So I have been saying this for a very long time, that the affluent class and the upper middle class do not vote for the Aam Aadmi Party this time, because they are unhappy with Aam Aadmi Party. But the issue is, in the middle class, the lower middle class, there is certain movement. There is certain uneasiness. I'm not saying that they are not voting for Aam Aadmi Party. They are voting for the Aam Aadmi Party. But even if 10% from them, if moves towards the BJP, or it moves to the Congress Party, there will be serious. Aam Aadmi Party will be in serious trouble. Even among the Muslim voters, I think it will all depends that how much vote the Congress is going to cut. So even there is certain uneasiness even among the Muslim voter also. I'm again not saying, because last time, if you go by CSDS data, 83% Muslims have voted for the Aam Aadmi Party. If I definitely see a drop among the Muslim voters, I definitely see a drop among the marginalized sections, and that is why Aam Aadmi Party's vote share, which last time was 53.4%, this time it is going to be, it's not going to cross 50%. Maybe it is something around 46% or 47%. But BJP, if gains another 5% or the 4% vote share, then the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP will jostle to form the government in Delhi. And that is why I'm saying Aam Aadmi Party has an edge, but this edge over a period of time in the last 3-4 days has thinned, and the BJP in the last few days had made gains, and thanks to the RSS, because RSS is working really hard on the ground.
All right. So from an edge, it's moved on to a marginal edge for the Aam Aadmi Party on Ashutosh's perspective. All right, quick word, Monica Mehrotra, what are you looking at tomorrow?
Ma'am, you see, initial 5 years of Aam Aadmi Party, I do understand they were lured in by, these kind of free soaps that they had offered. But partially in the mid of the second term, somehow they started realizing that the infrastructure, the development, and the other parameters that they're looking for Delhi is somewhere fading down the line. And hence, the attraction towards Aam Aadmi Party deteriorated. Of course, their leaders going to jail, in and out, stuff like that. And the BJP also had no face to show, because they were a disaster in the MCD. So if you're talking about Delhi in per se for this particular election, I mean, both have actually not lived up to expectation of what they wanted from these two parties. That is why the opportunity was given. That is why the opportunity was given. Of course, BJP never got it for the last 25 years. But Aam Aadmi Party got it because, they somehow took our votes also. You get my point? And now it's quite clear that people are now, they've lost that kind of flavor that they have for the app.
I'm gonna cut across to the EI and actually tell our viewers, because it's not just some of the votes, it's all of the votes of the Congress that the Aam Aadmi Party got. And right before I do that, Sanju Verma, final words. What are you looking at?
Preeti, I think finally it will come down to the brass tacks. For instance, let's look at Kalkaji, which is a high-stakes battle. In Kalkaji, I just have the latest numbers. Overall, there are 1.95 lakh voters, out of which 1.07 lakh are males, and about 88,000 are female voters. Now, you tell me honestly, these 88,000 female voters will certainly ask one simple question. When Swati Maliwal, a former close confidant of Arvind Kejriwal, was beaten black and blue in the former chief minister's residence, in the presence of Arvind Kejriwal, in the presence of Kejriwal's wife Sunita Kejriwal, why did Kejriwal consume Fevicol? Kejriwal ke muh mein dahi jam gaya. Forget about standing in solidarity with Swati Maliwal. Kejriwal and his goons on national television used to character assassinate Swati Maliwal and used to mock her and actually stand in solidarity with the perpetrator, a man called Bibhav Kumar. These are the questions that will play on the mind of the female voter when she goes to the polling booth tomorrow to decide the fate of Delhi. And I think the last point that I want to make is, even from Patparganj, which is a high-stakes battle, you have Awadh Oja. But let's not forget that at the height of the COVID pandemic, Arvind Kejriwal made many insidious statements against Purvanchali,
Okay.
saying, "अरे ये पूर्वांचलियों को आनंद विहार की buses में
But,
ले
you know,
जाकर
ultimately,
नोएडा
Sanju
के
Verma, it's
border
going to
में
be up
छोड़
to
दो."
the voters. I'm running out of time. I want to bring in the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson on what they hope for, but to give our viewers a perspective, look at the vote share chart. You know, I'm turning over to our election intelligence dashboard. You have 2008, you have 2013, you have 2015, 2020. And look at it. The Aam Aadmi Party from 2008 has gone all the way from 0 to 54%. BJP has a constant vote bank of 36. It upped the game to 39%, a little short of 39%. Congress, which had 40% in 2008, came to an abysmal 4%. So clearly all of that lock, stock and barrel shifted to the Aam Aadmi Party. Akshay, would you be able to hold on? What are your apprehensions?
Preeti, I think there is a sense, quiet confidence that Aam Aadmi Party has right now. Because when we think about voting tomorrow, we think of the parents of the 25 lakh children who have witnessed the transformation of the Delhi government schools in the last 10 years. We think about them that when they go to vote, they will think, can I risk having a Bharatiya Janata Party having the fate of my children in their hands? The 150 crore free rides that women of Delhi have gotten in the last 6 years. Any woman who has got a free bus ride will think, can I really risk giving the BJP the reins of Delhi when Arvind Kejriwal has given us
Well, we'll
free
only
bus
know
rides?
when that last
So
vote
that
is
is
counted, which will happen on the 8th of February. Once again, it's something I began with, and I urge our panelists, please hold your peace, don't talk over each other, because that's the best way to conduct a debate. And with that, I end this section. Thank you for joining us.